Hi, this is Tom Sands, President of the Iowa Taxpayers Association, bringing you this week's Capitol Preview. This week is shaping up to be the last week for the legislative session this year. They have got the budget bills in a position where they can get agreed to and get them past both chambers and down to the governor's desk. The biggest question mark would be Health and Human Services, as it is not out of committee yet. But all the other appropriation bills, with the exception of the standings bill, has been through at least one chamber and the committee in the opposite chamber. And so over the weekend, as well as the first few days of this week, Budget Appropriations Subcommittee chairs have been working House and Senate together to come to how their slice of the pie is going to get divvied up inside their budget bill. As you know, the Senate and the House came to joint budget targets late last week. The Ways and Means Committee in the Senate does not have any committee meetings scheduled. However, they are on call, and so if the need arises, they will schedule one at will. In the House, there were committee meetings set for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. However, their meeting this afternoon was canceled. There are two tax bills that ITA is paying particularly close attention to. The property tax reform bill, this House has a version and the Senate has a version, and they are both on their respective chamber floors ready for full debate. While there are similarities between the two bills, there are some distinct differences as well. The House uses more of a soft cap approach of 2% and allows a reverse referendum to approve or disapprove that. While that strengthens local government, it certainly weakens local taxpayers. The Senate approach is more of a hard cap of 3%. While it does allow for the council or board to approve by simple majority up to a 2% growth, it gives that same board or council the authority to, with 2/3 vote, go up to a 3%. However, that is hard capped and nothing above that. The voters could bring that growth to a petition to a vote and take it back down to a 2. While there are other differences within the bills, those are probably the two biggest, with the exception of the Senate keeps the pension fund levy outside the limitation and establishes a special pension levy fund that the local county board or supervisors or city council would have to take a vote on and approve each year. The House keeps that pension levy under the limitation. However, we are hearing that the House intends to come out with something similar to the Senate and remove the pension levy outside the limitation and into a special levy. ITA would be supportive of that move. We have registered for both of those bills and are working with the respective chairs as well as committees trying to make improvements to that bill. They have not come to an agreement, to the best of our knowledge, on property taxes yet, but that is one loose discussion still out there between House and Senate. The other bill that we are very much interested in and involved in is what is being referred to as the tax fix bill. While the Senate study bill originally had our GILTI language in there and did not and would not conform to the federal tax of GILTI and treated it like subpart F income, they amended that section and language out of the bill last week in committee and caught us by surprise, which was a great disappointment. The House language never had that in there, and neither the House or the Senate had language in there addressing Section 163J. So as it stands right now, the tax fix bill in both the House and the Senate continue to conform with GILTI as well as 163J, which results in a $19 million tax increase on Iowa qualifying businesses. I met with the governor's office chief of staff this afternoon, went through that concern with her once again, and she said she would be visiting with the House leaders as well and the Senate to see if that was going to be changed. Jen Kingland is working behind the scenes with the key people trying to get both of those back in there, and we will bring you updates on whether that happens or not. This could be a big week, and so stay tuned for any development as it unfolds. Until next week, we will see you right here this Friday morning on our legislative update. Thank you.